Welcome to the Impact Podcast with Taiwo Balogun. And in today's episode of this podcast, we'll be looking at the continuation of how you can start a profitable US business from Nigeria on a low budget. And the first episode was an audio podcast and is available both on our YouTube channel, Taiwo Impact Podcast, and also on our website, which is www.taiwoimpactpodcast.org. www.taiwoimpactpodcast.org. And in today's episode, like I said, we are going to, I promised in the first episode of this series that I will be showing you some practical steps on how you can set up your business in the United States of America from Nigeria. So the first segment of the video podcast is we'll be looking at a very important thing that a lot of people have been asking me lately. After the first episode of this series, a lot of people have been connecting, asking questions, sending messages, and they want to know the cost implication of setting up a US based business from Nigeria. So that is where we're going to be starting from today. We're looking at how much does it really cost to start an LLC in the United States of America. How much do you need to register an LLC? And it's a very good question, but I need to explain some things to you, and that is the main purpose of today's episode of this podcast. And the number one thing that you need to consider is that starting a limited liability company, which is LLC, it costs money. It is not free and it is not cheap. And that is why a lot of people think, maybe it's free or that is not that expensive. Now, it is not that expensive, but because of the dollar exchange rate. Yes, and you have to exchange Naira to dollars if you want to register your LLC. So the first thing is understand that it costs money. It is not free. And that how much you want to spend to register your LLC depends on where you want to form your LLC. I mean, the state that you will be forming your LLC. And the other thing that you also need to understand that it also depends on who is handling your registration. I mean, if you want to do it yourself, some people can do it themselves. If you have a family member, a relative in the US, you can ask the person to help you. It's easier that way. But however, if you don't have someone, and it also depends on the state where that person resides, because some states are very expensive to set up your LLC. Like, for instance, New York, the New York City is very, very expensive in terms of, number one, the filing fee and also the annual returns that you'll be paying. You can pay over $4,000 in New York City. So I used to advise my students or some of my clients not to go to that route, except you are going into a very lucrative industry. There are other states that you can register your LLC with very affordable fee. So the first thing is how much depends on where you are forming your LLC and who is handling your LLC. And don't forget that if you cannot handle it yourself, if you don't have a relative in the state, you need an agent, and that agent has its own fees that is going to charge apart from the state fee, the state filing fee, because there is what we call state filing fee. There's also the agent fee. So you need to understand that. So looking at that, going forward, we're going to be looking at some states, and we'll be looking at their filing fees and ongoing annual fees that you need to understand. Because if you register a company, you are expected that after a year or 2 years, depending on the state, you need to be filing your annual fees and also returns. As time goes on this series, I will be sharing with you how you file your tax returns. It depends on the state, and however, some states requires that you start filing tax after 2 years, some after a year. But there's a way to go about that. And don't forget, I'm not a CPA. All I'm sharing with you here are from my own opinion and from what I have tried, because I have my registered business in the state of Missouri. in the state of Missouri. So we'll be looking at those states and how much is involved, and then we'll move forward from there. I've made the job easier for you. You don't need to be cracking your brain and be thinking of, oh, which state is cheaper? What do I do? What should I do? You know, a lot of people used to think that, oh, there's this popular belief that the two states are easier to register an LLC in the state. That is Delaware and also Wyoming. But I'm going to show you some states that I've done my own research before putting this tutorial together. And I got to know that when I was about registering my own LLC. And then I realized that there are some states that the filing fee is cheaper, and also the ongoing annual fee. In fact, some states you don't need to pay annual fee, but you file tax. Yes. So now let's look at those states. That is what we'll be looking at in today's episode of this podcast. So I want to beg you, if you have not subscribed to my channel, if you have not subscribed, I'm begging you, please do that right away. Click the subscribe button, and also there's a small button beside the subscription button, which is notification bell. So please activate the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we come up with new videos. And this year, by the grace of God, I'll be coming up with a lot of invaluable videos, tutorials, masterclasses, both recorded, pre-recorded, and live sessions. I'll be sharing some tips with you because, you see, we need to move from the mindset of running away from Nigeria to building our future from the lenses of entrepreneurship. And that is one of the reasons why we are doing this as a team. I said as a team. I also have some agents in the state that were working in collaboration to help Nigerian startup or entrepreneurs, founders, coaches, consultants, whatever, even real estate business owners. We are working on helping them to register their business in the United States of America from Nigeria, and in fact from anywhere across the world. So now let's look at those states. Arizona is the number one on my list, and the LLC filing fee or state filing fee is $85. And you can see the ongoing annual fee, you don't need to pay anything. Look at this, is $85, and the ongoing is no annual report required. You are not paying annual fee. You just start, but you'll be filing your tax with the IRS. After Arizona, we have Colorado. Colorado filing fee is $50, and annually you'll be paying $10. So look at that. And don't forget, all these fees are separate from the agent fees. The agent fees ranges from $199 to $299, depending on the package that you want to go for. But one of the things that I'm doing in the course of this series is to help you, to guide you so that you know the best package for you. And also, there are some things that you don't need at the start. There are some things that are paramount that you have to get while you are setting up. So if you are ready to register your business in the United States of America, yes, you can get in touch with me through my email. It will be on the description section of this video. So, however, don't forget, Taiwo Balogun Impact Consulting is also an LLC. So there might be fees for that if you want me to, help you, hold you by hand, and teach you or show you out step by step. Avoid a lot of mistakes. There are some things that you don't need, But some agents will tell you that, oh, you need this, fast track, get it within a day. But when we get there, I'll tell you. So now, Arizona, we've talked about that. Colorado, then Delaware. Delaware is $140. But a lot of tech companies or fintech are in Delaware. They registered in Delaware. And the business climate over there is very easy. And one of the reasons why a lot of fintech goes there is that it's safe. Your information, business information, is not that publicized, exposed, Unlike some states, you understand that once you go to their Secretary of State website, you can access the information of the business. So, but however, Delaware is also good, but you need to consider the cost of setting up your LLC in Delaware. Look at $140 plus $300. That's $440, excluding the agent fee that's going to process everything. And also Georgia. Georgia is $100 to register. while you need to be paying $50 on a yearly basis. But let me also say this, that these ongoing annual fees, you don't need to pay these fees at the beginning of your registration. You do this after 1 year of registration or after operation. You understand? We also have Hawaii, which is $51 for the state filing fees, and also $15 for the ongoing annual fee. And the other one is $50 and $30 for the annual fees. There are other states too that has no annual report required. So we'll get there very soon. I said I've simplified everything so that you don't need to go through all the states. Before I came up to record this video, someone got in touch with me and says, oh, I want to register my real estate business. And, he gave me the name. If you want me to help you, I will ask some questions. What is the name, so that we do name search to know if the name is available. We also look at what is the nature of the business, so that I can advise you. If you are going into real estate, it is not advisable to add real estate in your business name. It is not advisable. The reason is that when you want to get funding for your business, some lenders won't lend money to you if they see real estate in your business name. You understand? Even some banks won't do that. But if you have like property solutions, home, the likes, you can easily secure funding. We need to take note of that. There are so many things that you need to know while registering your business, your LLC in the United States of America. So we'll look at Kentucky. Kentucky is $40 and $15 ongoing annual fee, while Louisiana is $105 and $35 for the annual fees. Michigan is $50 and your annual fee is $25. Mississippi is $53, while you don't have to pay annual fee. It is $0 annual fee. While Missouri, the state of Missouri, is $52. That is where I registered my business, which is Taiwo Balogun Impact Consulting LLC. So that is the state where I registered my own LLC. And you see, no annual report required. So I'm not paying annual report, but I can file annual tax. You understand? So we also have Montana. Montana is $35 and it is $0 ongoing annual fee. So you are just starting with $35 plus the agent fee, depending on the package you are going for. I have a collaboration with some of the agents in the United States of America. If you want to register, I can give you my affiliate link, and then you register through my affiliate link. And don't forget, we'll get little change from that, so that we can keep doing this for free. But however, if you want me to help you directly, I have my own fee for that, consulting fee, and that requires me helping you with the name search, with the name formation, guiding you on the documentations that you will need, what you don't need, and also, some opportunities that you can do with your LLC, some business opportunities that you can venture into with your LLC. And let me quickly say this, that with your LLC from Nigeria, you can invest in properties in America. Did you hear that? If you have a registered LLC, even if you are not in real estate, you can buy properties with your LLC. Do your finding and you confirm that it is very, very possible. So other state that I have here is New Mexico. Look at New Mexico is $50, no annual report required. Ohio is also $99, no annual report required. Pennsylvania is $125, but you need $70 for the ongoing annual fee. So at every year you are paying the annual fees. So if you have some states that are not in my list, you can ask me. Then I will let you know what the state filing fee is all about, and also if they have ongoing annual fee or not. You understand? Or not. Like if you want to register, New York for now, for a startup or a small business, is no-go area. Don't go to New York. There are some states you should not go to. Yes. You can also, some people might have relatives in Texas. Texas is $300 to register. The state filing fee is $300, but you need annual fee if you begin to make $2-3 million. So take note of that. For some of you that, you may want to say Texas is like the second home of Nigerians. So we have a lot of Nigerians there. If you want to target Nigerians in in Texas, you can. Why not? So if you're making below $1.2 million, why not? You won't pay ongoing annual fees, but you're going to pay $300 for the registration. However, South Carolina is also another good place to register. You just pay $132 for state, excluding the agent fee. Don't forget. And there's no annual report required. Also, Wyoming, that's one of the most popular states where a lot of people will tell you that it's easier to register, it's cheaper. You see, the fee is $102, but you'll be paying $60 annual license tax. That's the minimum for Wyoming. You pay $60. Either you make money or not, you are paying $60 annual report license for the ongoing fee. So that is what I want to share with you. There's another thing that you also need to take note, and that is what happens if you don't pay your LLC annual fee, because a lot of people just register LLC and they forget about it. 2 days ago, one of my friends here in Nigeria registered his LLC. I didn't know about it anyway until when he got to know that I'm also into this. He now said, "Oh, I want you to help me on how to raise fund." And I asked him, "Have you filed your tax?" He said, "No." I said, "This is how to go about it." And there's also what is called a FinCEN. FinCEN. You can Google it, FINCEN. FinCEN. So you have to register your LLC. If you register before 2023, you have to register with FinCEN. They are in charge of combating money laundering, terrorism, and stuff like that. So you have to do that. But a lot of people just registered their LLC and kept the certificate of incorporation at home. They don't do anything. One of the things that you must do is that you must understand that, okay, the state where I register my LLC, I have to file annual LLC fees. If you don't file it, what now happens? Number one, if you don't pay your annual fee by the due date, you risk having your LLC administratively dissolved. That state will just dissolve your LLC. And many states also don't charge late fees for annual reports. And all these things can be done online. The good part of it is when you pay your annual fees regularly, you will be able to get what we call certificate of good standing. If you don't pay your annual fee as at when due, you won't be able to get a certificate of good standing. And what is certificate of good standing? For my brothers and sisters in Nigeria, see, there are a lot of opportunities. The other time I posted something, I said, you don't need to pay 10 million to 20 million to Japa. You don't need it. There's a way you can build your business from Nigeria, register it in the United States of America, and be doing your business online. If it is food business, whatever business you want to do, you have to have online presence. And before you know, you can build that business to the extent that you will be honorably invited or be granted visa. There's a special visa for people that have LLC that requires you to stay in the United States of America for 2 years. And you can also bring in your wife and your children, although there are criteria to that. And if you have good standing and your business is doing well, you get to a level you can convert it to green card. That is one of the beauty of having a registered LLC, not just a registered one, profitable one that is running, that you have structure. You have structure, you understand? So one of the structure is make sure you are paying your annual return fees, and you get a certificate of good standing every year. You do it online. Like my state where I registered my LLC, the state of Missouri, is just $10. Some states is just $20, some is $30. It's very, very cheap. You pay it and they will send it to you. They will send it the digital copy, you keep it. And that's how you'll be structuring your business and keeping documents. Because another thing is, if you have a registered LLC, you can open bank account, open Stripes account and begin to charge and collect money through those accounts. The certificate of good standing is an official document that proves your business is in compliance with the state where it is being registered. And until you pay any overdue fees, you will not be given that certificate of good standing, and which is also a good document that you can package if you are looking at traveling out to the United States of America. So these are some of the tips that so many people don't tell you, but because, I don't teach what I don't do, this is what I have practicalized. I have my LLC registered. In the next video, as I show you the practical ways to set up your LLC, I am going to show you my dashboard, the dashboard of my LLC and other things. So, and you may want to ask, which state require a certificate of good standing? Because it is not all state that requires certificate of good standing. Not every state requires a certificate of good standing. If you register as a foreign business, which is registering from Nigeria or from anywhere, if you register in Alaska, Colorado, Kentucky, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, and also Texas, you don't need to worry about obtaining a certificate of good standing. And the same thing is applicable to Alabama. If your business is registered in Alabama, you don't need to worry yourself about the certificate of good standing. But however, I'm saying this because if you consider the cost, like if you want to register in Kentucky, Kentucky is expensive, Alaska is expensive, even Texas, like I mentioned, is $300. And all these states, if you don't register in any of these states apart from Pennsylvania, you need to be able to get a certificate of good standing. So this is where we're going to draw the curtain today. And in the next episode, I'll be showing you how you can set up your business, your US-based LLC from the comfort of your home, as long as you have your money available. The way I started, I said it is not free and it is not cheap. It costs money. So don't think that, for some of us that don't have business already, you may be thinking, let me just do it. No. Make sure you have, even if it is an enterprise that you have registered in Nigeria, have it structured. You understand? Then you can now say you want to extend it to United States of America. Or if you don't have anyone in Nigeria, you can say, okay, you want to do direct, you want to register in the US, but it will be okay. Like Taiwo Balogun Impact Consulting is registered in Nigeria and also in the United States of America. And we are also looking at extending to Estonia, to Latvia, to some part of Europe, and even UK, Australia, and Canada. It's a global movement. It's a global movement. So you can be planted local, and go global. That's the beauty of what I'm sharing with you. And the opportunity is massive. If I tell you a lot of opportunities that you can tap into having a registered LLC in the United States of America, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. I just mentioned one out of 1,000 that with your LLC, you can buy property. You can buy properties. Let me use it that way. You can buy properties. Yes. Even without leaving Nigeria. And they are not that expensive. So when we get there, I'll because I'm looking at having a membership platform for those that really want to invest in real estate and some investment vehicle in America. And don't forget, I am doing this on my own capacity. It is not an advice for you to jump into the market, because one of the things that we do as Nigerians is some people will just listen to this and begin to jump into the market without asking questions, without doing their due diligence. So please, if you want to do it, ask questions. I'm available. You can get across to me through my social media platform also, and I'll be glad to help you. So I hope you got value for your time watching this video. If you did, then please don't forget subscribe and also like this video, and don't forget to share it with someone. Please share this video with someone that can benefit from it. Wealth is not enjoyed when it is only you that is wealthy. Extend wealth to other people. Extend this information to other people. Let them also benefit. And when we are all wealthy, we will make the world a better place to live. So now that you have the information, go and do something. Until I come your way next time, I am Taiwo Balogun Impact. Bye-bye.